Michaela Renava along with Ben Watanabe in the NESN studios here to talk a little NASCAR news because the Las Vegas convention is voting to possibly make a deal with NASCAR, $2.5 million annually. It would bring another race to Las Vegas, but NASCAR is not likely to add another race to the season. So Ben, where is this race going to come from?
Well, there's a couple factors you need to consider here. One is that the rumors are that it would be a September race. Right now, their race is earlier in the year. Second is that NASCAR is going to be unlikely to want to take a race away from an ownership group at another track. So then you look at Speedway Motorsports Incorporated, which owns Las Vegas. What other races do they control in September? And those are Charlotte and New Hampshire. And NASCAR is, I think, probably unlikely to want to take a race away from its footprint down there in North Carolina. And that makes, unfortunately for those in the Northeast, New Hampshire might be the likely target.
Well, that logic does certainly make sense, but why else would you want to take a race out of New Hampshire and put it in Vegas?
Right. There's been some criticism over the years of New Hampshire as a track. It's relatively flat. The lack of passing has been an issue for both drivers and viewers. And also, even as attendance declines really across the sport, New Hampshire is one that has been especially hurt, according to a lot of reports over the years.
Well, a weekend out in Vegas is sort of fun. No offense to Loudon, New Hampshire, great place, very scenic and a little more rural, obviously, than being on the Vegas Strip. So aside from the other attractions that come with being able to go see a race in Vegas, is there anything about the sport itself that will be different that maybe fans aren't going to like?
Yeah, you can't match, being able to go 24 hours a day, see a show or a concert or whatever in Las Vegas. But from a race fan standpoint, right now the series is already really heavy with 1.5-mile ovals, and that's what Las Vegas is. It has just another 1.5-mile oval. If it was in the chase, it would now be 6 out of the 10 playoff races are 1.5-mile ovals, and that really adds to the predictability. And for all the criticisms of New Hampshire, at least it was something a little different, and predictable racing can lead to viewership frustration, and that can lead to TV ratings declines. So it might be some sort of trade-off there.
All right, well, we'll have to see what happens, and we've got you covered, so keep it on NESNfuel.com.